Right, Jack Hyde, welcome to Woking Football Club.
Thank you very much.
First question, quite simply, how do you come to be here?
So basically, me and the manager started speaking over the summer, talking about the football club itself and sort of where they want to be and the sort of where their journey is going to be this season and what they hope to achieve and stuff like that. And it really sort of took interest for me. Every player wants to be at a club with great potential and that has like aspirations to go forward and achieve things. And it sounds like this club's very positive and that's where it wants to be. And the manager's got big hopes for that. And as I say, that's massive for any player that wants to go and do well in their career. Everyone wants to win things.
Sure. You, if I'm correct, you haven't been involved in any of the training as yet?
No. This will be day one for me today.
Right.
So looking forward to getting involved and seeing the behind scenes. And meeting all the lads and everything, obviously. But yeah, no, looking forward to it.
Of course. Let's go back in time then. You started off. You're actually from Maidenhead, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's my
recently
hometown.
played
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
And you started off as a trainee at Swindon.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
So I'd done a 1-year scholar and a 2-year pro at Swindon as a young lad. Then moved from there to Barnet, and then spent some time up in Scotland playing for Dundee, and then come back to Barnet for a couple of years.
It'd probably be true to say Barnet was arguably the most successful part of your career so far.
Yeah, definitely. To date, 100%. I had a really good time under there. Learnt a lot of stuff. Had a couple of different managers, Martin Allen and Edgar Davids, who I learnt probably the tools of my trade from. And yeah, done well, scored some goals, had a good time there, and ended up getting bought by York City.
But let's go back one step. How did you end up in Scotland? How does that come about?
So it was funny. The first time I went to Barnet, I played with a fullback called, his name's Matty Lockwood, but he actually went up to Scotland himself and become assistant manager at Dundee. And as soon as he became assistant manager, I spoke to Matty and he sort of brought me up and sort of said, like, listen, we're looking for a centre forward. Would you be interested in coming up? And I was like, oh, well, yeah, absolutely. What sort of standard is it? Things like that. I didn't know too much about Scottish football at the time. But as soon as he said it was Dundee, obviously you know about Dundee. I looked at the history of the club. I went up for a week to train with the boys, and yeah, it's a really good experience. And I owe a lot to that actually, because I feel like it was the first time I moved away from my family, first time I've been anywhere else. Got my head down, concentrate on football, and I think that it changed the sort of style I play. I went from an academy player to a first team player when I was in Scotland, so it was really interesting and it was a good experience.
Right, and then you came back to Barnet, as we've mentioned, but then York City, you like moving long distance?
Yeah, so if I'm honest, at the time, York City was the one that most intrigued me. Nigel Worthington was the manager, and they were a club on the up. They were in the playoffs to go up to League One. They had a brand new stadium being built, things like that, and the chairman there was very nice, and I spoke to him regularly. He contacted me regularly, and he was really keen. And sometimes for a player, it's not necessarily about the biggest club, it's about who wants you the most. And I think that's very important. And when you feel wanted, that's massive for a player to go and sort of play their stuff and things like that. So that was the route I decided to go down, and I chose them over a few other options. And
we can't avoid this. We have to mention the fact that you've also been at Stevenage.
Yeah. I was at Stevenage. I didn't have, to be honest, I didn't enjoy my time down there too much. I was a pretty brief encounter there. I was there for a year. And football was limited, so it wasn't the best time I've ever had. But yeah, I spent a year at Stevenage. I left there about a year ago now, and I'm looking forward from there.
And then last season, Maidenhead.
Yeah, Maidenhead. So that was the hometown club. Again, they'd just been newly promoted, and I decided to go there because I used to walk past the stadium and things on the way to school as a kid, and that's where my family and friends were from. And so I thought, like, go and play for your hometown club, get back playing. Enjoy your football again, but again, it's as I say, I prefer to move on now and try and win things. If I'm honest, I want to be part of a side that's playing free-flowing football and playing for a reason, not just playing regularly. Just I want to win things. I want to achieve things as a player and with a good bunch of lads.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. Well, of course, obviously, all working sport as well. Hope you've managed to achieve exactly that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about yourself as a player. What's your style? What's your attributes?
I'd say my best attribute is when I'm in the box, come alive. Like to get across players, score goals, as every centre forward does. I'll always try and work as hard as I possibly can. But yeah, short, sharp work in the box, and as I say, getting hold of the ball and getting up the pitch.
So perhaps describe yourself as more of a fox than a blunt instrument?
Yes, more so, 100%.
Right. And have you got a personal target? Or has the manager given you a target or anything like that?
No. So I'd never sort of like. I don't like to aim put a target at the beginning of the season because you don't want to put an aim on it. And what happens when you achieve that aim? If it's earlier than the season. So I don't like to put a cap on it, but just to score as many goals as I possibly can and help get the team promoted would be a fantastic target for me.
Absolutely. That's great. Once again, welcome to Woking Football Club. We look forward to seeing you playing on Wednesday night, perhaps.
Yeah, first game for me, so that'd be nice to get involved and blow some cobwebs off and work hard towards where we need to be.
Great. And I hope the training session goes well for you tonight. It's going to be warm, I think.
Yeah, a hot one, but again, we're there to get some work done.
Sorry, there was one thing I meant to mention. I completely forgot. I was going to ask you if you do anything outside football, but I now know that you do. So give yourself a little promotion.
Yeah, absolutely. I've just my own personal training company from January, so I do some personal training and stuff, and that's over Windsor way. But yeah, that's again, I'm learning a lot of stuff that I can actually take onto the pitch with that as well. I'm doing much more power-based training in the gym and things like that from just knowledge and actually generally knowing a little bit more about it. It's actually helped me myself personally in my football as well, so that's a little added bonus. But yeah, I've opened my own personal training company as of January.
So if anybody in the Windsor area or nearby
or close by, yeah, absolutely, Ascot Way, anything like that.
What do they Google?
So Instagram, Pride Training.
Okay.
So it's Pride_training.
All right.
That's a lovely little promotion. You've helped me out there.
No, my pleasure. Well, for the third time, welcome to Woking Football Club.
Thank you very much.
It's great to see you here.
Cheers.
And we hope you have the most successful season you've ever done.
Thank you very much. So do I.